Okay, we are back live. Hi. We have a couple cool experiments to look at. Whoops. E3B really didn't do anything at all. Look at that. That's moderately disappointing. Let me just ask the creator of that algorithm. I think I can just put the link in here. Whoops. What was the time step axis on this? $50 mil. So like 10 bill. Cool. Bet made us a cart pull. That's nice. Probably box 2D. Otherwise, you'd have to do the math, right? Okay, so these experiments didn't work, but I think these ones did. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's very cool. So, okay. It's not this one. It's a slow one. Just add a widget. This will just be y-axis is port. A lot of these up here. Some of these down here. It's not at 0, though. It does better above 0, from what I can see, right? So that means it's doing something. Though it does best at 2, which is a little weird. It does significantly worse at 4. Okay. Lost. Yeah, the loss is very, very low. Which is a little odd. Okay, though. It's kind of funny that we have this one. I want to see what this one is first. This is 23729. Okay, so here on these charts, what do we get? It's still going up as well. 7E7. 70 mil. It's funny that this wasn't able to be replicated. We just have this one really good run. And let's see what the params are, and maybe, maybe we get something with this. Maybe there's something to this. It's funny that they're only 2, though. Okay, this set 8 M's. Corpse. It actually set this to 0, which is interesting. This is -1. And then it set this one. Well, I can just copy this. For like 005-ish. Okay. So what do we have here? We've got a batch size, 131. Okay. This BPT horizon went up to 32. It's consistent with a lot of what we've seen lately. Clip coef. Oh, that's a little awkward that we still have that in there. But let's just do it's interesting that the loss coefficient's that high. And this as well. Okay. Entropy coefficient. 1. Lambda. Gamma. That means it's doing longer horizons. Interesting. Learning rate's actually very similar to what it was before. This grad norm is getting swept. New batch size of 8192. Sense. Advantage. Yeah, so this one actually does something. This algorithm actually does something. But we're not quite sure what yet. And this is 70 mil. 70 mil. It actually does it in far fewer time steps. Let's see if it's anything interesting. Oh. You also need this. .3 mil SPS on this config. Okay, so that's a bit concerning. This is nowhere near where it was on the original. I mean, it's not a bad run, but it's nowhere near the original, because the original is like, right? Yeah, up to 100. So let's see if we figure out, maybe I missed some hypers. That looks fine. It does look fine. Maybe I missed something in training. Efficient. Ah, right here. Interesting that makes such a huge difference. Well, let's see if it does reproduce now. Oh yeah. Look at that. Freaking 100 score. Average lifespan. Well, it's calculated per snake. So the optimizer. The heck? Where's me about loading bullshit on here? $34. Oh. Yeah, right here. That's hard coded. It's fine. I mean, that looks really damn good. Holy, this one just like perfectly pathed and saved itself. That's cool. That's awesome. Let me see if I can even make it better. I mean, that's like, yeah, that's impressive. Let me crank up total time steps for a second. Oops, that's the eval. That does look, yeah. It's actually pretty hard to train a good snake model because you get a directional bias in a lot of the runs. It's very difficult to get a run in which you don't end up with like all the snakes on one side of the map. So I imagine that's probably what the archive is doing in this case. What's the TLDR? You add a per episode one hot vector. That's like, in this case, it's literally just adding 01 or 10, and then you're training a discriminator on that that has to recognize what that initial one hot vector is. So essentially, you're adding something to the obs, and then the agent has to behave in a way such that you can tell which policy it came from. Okay, so this doesn't do any better than the original, though it is nice and stable, which is cool to see. It is actually like a stable 100. Maybe it's a little better, actually. Might be a little better. Yeah, here, bot. I train the bots in this channel. That's freaking cool. It's funny, though, that the max archive size is 2. What if I do 4? It's also funny that this one run is like so much better than the other ones. Max score for this, I have no idea. It just depends how tightly the snakes are packed together. Yeah, it's funny, this point's way up here. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the others are still at like 90 plus. Yeah, it only gets to 70 if you give it an archive size of 4. That's funny. Okay. Let's see if we can actually see what the different policies do. Okay, so we have these guys. Even these ones seem evenly distributed, though. These ones seem more directionally biased. Yeah, they're getting stuck a little in the bottom corner, though. They don't just run into the wall. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, this is interesting. Does it break it completely if you zero this? Hang on. What if you just do this? Doesn't even break it. Hmm. Funny. Very funny. Doesn't look like it does. At least I can't see any visual distinction between them. We'd have to do like a proper eval. Um, but I definitely have seen, on some of the lower quality models, like that. When I was testing this yesterday, I did it with an archive size of 4 or 8 or whatever, and you could see that they would go in different directions based on this vector. It's a slightly fiddly method, but yeah, it's pretty cheap. It's a little annoying to add because you have to like inject stuff into the ob space, and there's an extra loss to optimize and such. But it's pretty decent-ish. I think really what we need to do though is we need M's like Impulse Wars and like Neural MMO and MOBA, and we really need to have it to the point where we're training and evaluating on much more complex M's. And yeah, we need we need some help on the science side for that, honestly. So I'm very happy to get you involved with that as soon as you have Impulse Wars all together. And then Spencer after he's done with GPU drive potentially as well. As there's core RL work to be done. Okay. I mean, this is some progress. I'm trying to think now, like the highest priority stuff. Players in a match. It really depends. It's um, it's more dependent on like whether the env has many valid different play styles. And there's so much stuff I need to do here. I mean, I could make like there are potentially improvements I could make to it, but I'm not going to know until we get more experiments running on different ends, right? So this is the important thing, is we need to be running more hyperparam sweeps and more experiments on more of our ends. It's just like the stuff we're doing is good, just we need more of it. Frankly, the new algorithm is the thing that I'm still not sure about, the new advantage function stuff. Maybe I should look at that real quick. Sets all of them to. There are ones of these that are better. Hang on, let me see. Let me sort these. Cost less than 200. Yeah, so the best runs don't use any form of normalization here. But there are some over here that still can. Interesting. Let's look at the best runs. Here's our Pareto front. Clump is at 140 seconds, I think, for this, which is nowhere near as good as where's our fast one? Oh, no good with this one. This one. Right here. Okay. Okay, so here we can do, this is cost less than 200. So 50. See what this comes up with. Okay, so this is the Pareto front here. Then here we'll do cost less than 100. Oops. Hang on, is this the right one? No, it's not. Okay, this is. so this is 100 here. This one is, I say 150. Okay, no, this is correct, I'd say. So, sample. What do we get for learning rate? Like 0.005? Yeah, similar. We have stuff in that range, 0.005. Okay, and then we get like gamma and lambda for this one. We get entropy. Where's entropy? Yeah, entropy is pretty flexible. We have it lower over here. Hang on, why do we have this as a thing? Hang on, this has P30 off. Doesn't it? This one has P30 off. Okay. Well, that's concerning. About this. Yeah, this is on. Okay, so I guess I didn't actually then test correctly the puff sweep. That's very weird. That also tells me though that there is not a gap in perf either. There really isn't a gap. Oops, is dev somewhat, I just saw your message is overlaid on white. Is dev somewhat stable? I tried to run impulse force and hit a lot of errors. Working, start sweeping. It's somewhat stable for sure. I'd say it's somewhat stable. Like if you try to use our new stuff, right? Like some of the new algorithms require policy changes. So if you want to play with like P30 or DI, like diversity all you need, like they require policy signature changes. Which is why they're such a pain. I just want to like appreciate something real quick, is that I was literally just looking at data that's the same between these two runs and like wondering what's different. And it literally seems like this one here, this best sweep, just figured out a better batch size, right? This one just figured out how to do 8192 mini batch. And then this one didn't, right? Yeah. Oh no, it has the same mini batch. Hang on, then what happened? 800K. 2 mil. Mostly 800K mini batch though. Unless these are the faster ones. This is out here. Could just be that. Not enough points here though. 130K. Update epochs. No M's. 2K M's maybe. Yeah, no 2K M's. Okay. I think that if anything, improvements to P3O, or not P3O, to a protein are going to have to be in the sampling of these categoricals. Errors I was getting made it seem like I had to update policy to treat. Are they actually optional? Yes, they should be optional. But if you enable E3B, or if you enable DI, like diversity all you need, then you shouldn't. Then they won't be optional. So you need to like not have those on. If you show me the errors, I can take a look at them with you now or whenever. I can hop in Discord if you need. No big deal. We can just fix stuff with you. Sounds good. Yeah. I mean, on one hand, I don't want you to just be working on rendering stuff forever. On the other hand, it's probably cool stuff for you to learn. And also, it's like, it is really worth it to make your env look cool. Technically, by the way, we have another env that, like, we have never used because it's, like, almost done, but the guy didn't just finish perf optimizing it ever. Which is this tactics env. This is a really cool env, right? You have, like, it's based on, like, old CRPGs. So this would need like enemy AI and like speed polish, and we could actually use this, which would be cool. But I think we're going to be doing more stuff on more complex M's going forward as soon as we get stuff stable. Did he write that? Yes, he did. It's not that long. It's way shorter than Impulse Force. I think it's like 1,500 lines. It's based on an MMO we both used to play. Really cool. I'd love to get like Noah finishing, you know, the trading card game. Hopefully Tosin will eventually PR, you know, the RoboCode stuff, and we'll have all these M's to play with. More complex and interesting M's. Plus Impulse Wars, plus GPU drive, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, the main barrier is just like we need more experimental side and research side work done on making this stuff work nice and stable. So then we can be doing that. All right, I'm going to take a quick call. I'm going to hop off stream, and then I'm going to get some exercise and do some other stuff. So thanks for watching, folks. And all my stuff is on puffer.ai. So if you're interested, start the repo, join the Discord, and follow on X for more. I'll be back streaming probably this evening. I do have a long